Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Cinco Symposium. So, found a tweet from the redhead libertarian, and it's happening, but until you see it, it's just it's not there. But they've been posting out these little notes throughout Stanford. I guess one of the most highest prestigious colleges in the world, or at least in the United States, and here they give you a bunch of terms that they don't want you to say and something they'd rather use instead, and the context behind that. Before we get into that, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think of the things I'm going over and the stuff I say. But let's get into it. Okay, so something you shouldn't say: stand up meeting. Consider using quick meeting. So can't use stand-up meeting, quick meeting, which that's not a common one to me, but ableist language that trivializes the experience of people living with disabilities. Okay, so now you can't ever mention standing up to someone that might have a disability. What about someone that can't use their arm right? Can you talk about writing in front of them because they can't write? If you try to tiptoe your life way around people and use language that says to do an action that they possibly can't do, what about like, oh, well, we should go climb that mountain? If you're saying that to someone that's 50 pounds overweight, they're not gonna be able. That's ableist language. It's all bullshit that you shouldn't have to worry about. I don't like. It's so dumb. You would never be able to talk. This ability to control language is absolutely dumb. Okay, so instead of using insane, can't say insane, use surprising wild. Ableist language trivializes the experience of people living with mental health conditions. Okay, so you can't talk about insanity. You can't say, whoa, man, that's insane. You might offend someone. Can't use brave. None. Do not use. You never use the word brave. This term perpetuates the stereotype of noble, courageous, savage, equating the indigenous male as being less than a man. Actually, it made him more. Being brave is something that's like good and inherently like it's a positive thing, and it's something that people are supposed to be. And when you're talking about an Indian brave, I thought it was a young warrior that was going out there willing to fight for his family and sacrifice himself so his family might live, or his tribe might thrive. But whatever, I guess you can't say that now. Can't use American. Consider using U.S. citizen. This term often refers to people from the United States only, thereby insinuating that the U.S. is the most important country in America, which is actually made up of 42 countries. Okay, so you can't say American anymore. That's out of the question. Use U.S. I don't get that, because the people that believe in this kind of bullshit, they don't believe in a country. They don't believe in borders. They believe that anyone from any of the other, Southern or Central and South American countries can just walk up and not have to worry about anything and be given health care, be given everything, and not be a U.S. citizen. Should be able to have the vote. So what does it mean to be a U.S. citizen anymore? That doesn't make sense. You can't say user. Consider using client. While often associated with one who uses software system services, it can also be negatively associated with those who suffer from substance abuse issues or those who exploit others for their own gain. So you can't upset the people who exploit others for their own gain. Can't do that, and you can't offend the drug users, even though they're so high off their ass. They don't even notice you when you walk by, or you look like a purple muffin to them or something. But we got to be nice to all the homeless or the crack addicts and stuff like that. Beating a dead horse. You can't say that anymore. You got to say refusing to let something go. This expression normalizes violence against animals. Well, I can attest that one, because every time I say, oh, beating a dead horse, it makes me immediately want to start punching my dogs. Trigger warning. Can't say trigger warning. Got to say content note. Who the hell is going to think of, instead of trigger warning, I'm about to say, content note? The phrase can cause stress about what's to follow. Additionally, one can never know what may or may not trigger a particular person. Exactly. So we need to stop tiptoeing around everybody like they're weak little bitches, is basically what we need to do. Can't say you guys. Have to say folks, people, everyone. Lumps a group of people using masculine language and or into gender binary groups which don't include everyone. Okay, so your sensibilities are so offended by the fact that you might be called you guys, and you might be a chick, I guess, and like that's just chicks used to actually kind of that never bothered them. I don't know what happened to make people so weak. Stuff like this is essentially what happened, that they were told, oh, we don't need to say these things anymore. You can't say walk in. You got to say drop in. Open office. Ableist language trivializes experience people living with disability. Okay, some more disability. So Everyone has a disability. Everyone can be offended by anything. You know what? It's just better off you not talking, because you are gonna piss someone off. You are gonna make someone else think about what they can't do. Used to like talking about people what they can't do made them motivated to do more. I used to be a chubby kid, and people like, oh, you can't do this. I was actually told by a Marine recruiter when I was 17, you probably wouldn't have made it, because I was 17 and I couldn't sign my own name. My mom had to, and she absolutely wouldn't. But lo and behold, a few years later, I went and joined the Marines and became a Marine and got through 5 years of it. Usually people telling you can't do something is motivation for you to go do that something. But here, we live in a soft, squishy life where they don't want any pushback ever. They don't want you to say anything mean. They just want to control the language, and it's insane. It's insane, and you should be brave and step up to this bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. This is nuts. Anyways, that's all for that one, guys. If you liked it, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.